Hello, my name is Janak Bhagat. I am a Reiki practitioner. I have done Karuna Reiki up to Grandmaster. I also practice astrology, tarot reading, LAMAFERA, and also Vastu Shastra and Feng Shui. I am also not just into healing. We have a construction company, and it's basically a real estate. And this is something of a hobby for me, and it's always been a hobby, and I hope that it always stays a hobby, and I believe that hobbies are a good thing to have. So what is Reiki healing? Reiki energy healing. uh, Reiki is a universal life force energy. Basically, that what that means is, in our universe we have life force energy. This force is available to everybody. Everybody has access to it. Everybody can use it. And if you're a Reiki practitioner, basically you know how to use it and for what purpose to use it. um, that is what Reiki is. Basically, you call upon the energy. Once you're attuned to Reiki, you call upon the energy, and this energy is supposed to be um, healing you and yourself, your family, friends. If you want it to be as a business, then you can um, use it as a business as well. Also, for that, actually, you need a lot of time and patience with Reiki, and perfect the art of healing. It's not easy, it's very difficult, and it's not what you've seen, how people get into mastery, how people become masters, how they become channels of information for Reiki. You learn Reiki today, tomorrow you already have an outlet and you start to heal people. It's not like that. It takes time, it takes a lot of effort. I have been practicing Reiki since 2008. 2008, and I have learnt a lot. I completed my Reiki in 2019. So from 2008, I was learning Reiki, and I reached Grandmaster in 2019. Sorry, 2018. My bad. 2018 is when I finished my journey as a student and became a master. And I have learned so much of experiences from others. And when I see people becoming Reiki masters and grandmasters and all that within 2 days and 5 days and all that, it actually hurts. It's not easy. And Reiki healing is very deep, it's not shallow. And for you to understand Reiki, you have to try it, you have to be a part of it. And it's a belief that you need to believe in it. It's good if you believe in it. If not, basically it's just a resistance that you're creating, and this resistance is not going to help you in any way. I mean, why not believe in it? What's the worst thing? Why not believe in it? It's something that you cannot see with your eyes, but it's there. It's like this. Somebody comes and asks me, can you see Reiki? And you say, no, I can't see it. So how do I believe in it? So I ask the person a question similar to that. I ask this person is about, imagine this person is about 25 years old. I ask him if he's seen his grandfather. He says, yes, I've seen my grandfather. And then I ask him, have you seen his grandfather? And he goes like, no, I wasn't yet born there. But if he was not born, but can he deny that the great grandfather was not there? He was there, and because he was there, that is how his grandfather came, and that is how he came to be. So Reiki is there. It is a universal life force energy. It helps in reducing stress, depression, anxiety, nervousness. It helps you cope up with depression, grief, arthritis, cancer, diabetes, pressure, blood pressure, and so many other illnesses. Mind you, it helps in coping. It does not miraculously heal or cure a disease that orthodox medicine cannot. It is not a magical pill, and it is not something that people would start marketing. Oh, miraculous healer has come and he can heal this and he can heal that and he can attract this and he can attract that. No. Reiki is a preventive measure, and Reiki originally was for healing yourself, your inner knowing, your spiritual self. Reiki works on 4 levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Physical, material, emotional, and spiritual. Or physical, material, emotional, or / mental, yeah, and spiritual. So these are the 4 major ways Reiki can help work for you. It's important to note that not only does Reiki help in achieving peace of mind, but in general it gives you a deeper understanding of who you are, how the universe and the cosmos works. It connects you to the religion you are in. It does not force you to change your religions and all these things. No, it makes you who you are. It makes you understand who you are. And because of this, many people stop learning Reiki. It shatters your belief system. It can bring chaos to your belief system and your knowledge, because it will make you or force you to do the things that you don't want, which are blocking you, your resistance level. For example, I'll give you an example because you may not follow what I say. Let's say there was Mr. B. Okay, B for ball. So B for ball wanted to get married to a lady named C for cat. So Mr. B comes to the healer and says, "Hey, Mr. Healer, I want to get married to C. Can you do Reiki?" Now this practitioner was just a new practitioner. Imagine 5 years into Reiki, and he's like, "Yeah, why not? I'll make some money." And so the healer begins. "Mr. B, I'll need a photo for both of you, and I will do the healing. I'll need at least 15 to 20 sessions." And he's like, "Yeah, no problem, whatever you need, I need you to do this." So Mr. Healer goes, starts healing, and then the lady, the C, gets married to A. C has a fight with B, and she goes and gets married to A. Mr. B comes to the healer and says, "Yo, I paid you for me to get married to her, and we had a big argument, and the whole thing fell apart." And he begins to hate Reiki. Reiki is an intelligent life force energy. That energy it knows what is good for you and what is bad for you. If that relationship is not meant to be with you, it's not going to be with you. Firstly, Secondly, Mr. B never came with Mr. C. So that was the healer's fault. The healer was not supposed to do this healing, but the healer took it. And because Mr. B did not have the consent of the C, it was a want. It was not a a desire. It was not a need. It was not for his highest good. He wanted to marry C, but was C interested enough to get married to him? Yes or no? That is a question that only C knows the answer to. You see? So the C for cat married A for apple, and Mr. B ended up with D for dog. Okay? Imagine, just imagine that Mr. B never did the Reiki and they get married. B and C get married. Mr. B never did the Reiki. After 3 years or after 4 years, they decide that this marriage is not working out. They have 2 kids. The marriage is not working out. Let us get a divorce. And they file the divorce, and they call it quits. The kids are now motherless and fatherless. They are not. They are going through a very rough time. They have a mother, they have a father, but they are not together. And then they decide to marry other partners. Mr. B avoided all that hassle with the Reiki, but he does not look at it that way. He is going to look at it like as if Reiki messed my life up. But Reiki does not work like this. See, Reiki works in a very dynamic way. If it's not meant for you, it's not going to happen. Now people want to use Reiki to attract their desires and needs and wants. Reiki works in a very, very high caliber way. For example, you want to move forward in your education. So you Reiki for higher education. And then within 2 weeks time, you get an advice that there is a so and so course that is being done, or so and so university. Why don't you apply there? Now you did Reiki for higher education, and after 2 weeks this type of proposal comes to you, or you find it somewhere on the internet. The question is, will you believe that it was Reiki that helped you, or was it just coincidence? I believe that it was both. Coincidentally comes when you have faith in Reiki. It's not that you must do Reiki for everything in life. No, if you do that, then you be ready to become a saint, because that is what it does. Reiki is that powerful. It can take you from 0 to 100 if you have least resistance. There are many, many spiritual healers that have left Reiki. They have stopped Reiki and they have gone into other healing modalities. The reason being, the number one reason being, Reiki shatters your belief system. If you use Reiki for trivial matters, it is going to backfire on you. Now, I had a couple that came to me for Reiki healing. They were having a lot of arguments in between themselves. They wanted to have a child. They did not have a child after 5 years of marriage. So they came to me for Reiki. This was like one of my second healings that I did after I became a grandmaster in Reiki. In the first session that I did with Reiki with this couple, I had a feeling within me that they were not communicating with one another. They were not communicating with one another. Why? Simply because their beliefs of having a child were different. When I did the Reiki, just the one session, they went home and they texted me after about 2 days that we have decided that we will want to come for another session. So I said, okay, no problem. So they came back. They wanted to talk to me about something, but they couldn't because they were trying to resist the urge to speak to me of their personal matters, because we didn't know one another on a personal level. It was very professional level. So they were a bit worried. So again, we did the Reiki for both of them, and I again felt that there was still more resistance with one another. There were blockages in their auras and everywhere, and the chakras were not proper. The link was not good. So I repaired and I healed the links with them, and they went home. Again, after a few days, they texted me that they want to come for a third session. So no problem. They came. I wasn't realizing why they kept on coming back. Maybe they liked it, maybe they liked Reiki, or maybe they wanted to tell me something but they were afraid to say it, and I was not sure. So this time both the couple came, and we did the Reiki healing, and I asked them to sit. We sat. I have a habit that once we do a healing session, we all sit together and we can talk or whatever we want to talk, have some water or juice, and just be comfortable. So at this time now, the couple began to talk, and yes, there was a problem with the wife medically, and also the husband had an issue medically, which they tried to have all the medications, and they reached to a level where they were much better now. Okay, and we did the Reiki part. So both of these combined, they decided that now it's time to try. The difference with the perspective of having a child for the husband and for the woman are very different. The husband thought that having a child was going to be burdensome. The mother, on the other hand, or the woman, thought having a child is going to bring stress to the whole family. But they both wanted a child. But they had this worry within them. Everybody has these worries. Now with these worries, it was impossible for them to activate their bodies to function so that the woman can bear a child. So in order for that to be unblocked, we had to find the root causes of what was the resistance of both of them, which we found out within those few sessions we did of Reiki. After about 1.5 years, I get a phone saying that we have a baby boy now. So I was very happy that they got a child, But I sat and observed the whole sessions that I did with them, and I figured that just two perspectives were actually bringing their physical bodies not to function well. Just two thoughts. And Reiki actually helped in removing this blockage. Now, that strengthened my belief in Reiki. Believing in Reiki is something that will not only help you grow and prosper within from your heart, but it will give you a bigger vision of who you want to be and what you want to do for the cosmic world, for the cosmos, for the universe. You see, we are always busy in our own lives, trying to make a living, trying to hustle here and there, and following the life routines of this world. And Reiki, for me, it's like a break. It stops me, and it reminds me that I have a bigger duty. I have a bigger sense of serving something else, something bigger. And that is why I went into these occult sciences that I've learned. I was also a person who used to suffer from anxiety, nervousness. We all do, to a certain degree. I used to be quite nervous. Now is when it started to reduce, and the Reiki journey has really helped me come out of quite a bit of troublesome lives I had in my younger ages. So basically, Reiki works in a very dynamic way, and it's not something very simple. It can be complicated. Some people want it to be a miracle pill, that I swallow the pill and boom, everything is gone and everything is ready. But it doesn't work like that. Reiki works on a very, very different level, and sometimes these levels are so tough that if you're not careful, it has repercussions. Yes, which I'm going to get into in a few minutes. Let me just check what I wrote, because I don't want to go off the topic. And so basically, the Reiki will work on all forms, all the 4 forms which I mentioned earlier: your physical, your emotional, your spiritual, and your material. Now, for example, somebody wants to do Reiki to get a job. Now, job is something for survival. It's something for living, trying to earn some money into this world, for this world, to eat, to sleep. It's a necessity. Job is a necessity. Business is a necessity. Now, this person who wants a job, I want you to visualize this. Person comes to a healer, says, I want a job. Can you do Reiki for me? This person has 2 thoughts. Once the Reiki is done, I'll have a job. Unfortunately, Reiki has been marketed in such a way that it looks like as if it's a magical pill. And it's not. It's not. So this guy comes to do Reiki for a job. Boss, I don't have a job, I want to do Reiki. Okay. So you start beginning to send healing for jobs. And Reiki says, okay, no problem, I'll get you your job. Now the job starts. He's got a job. Yeah, you've got a job. Can you come do it? Yes, I'll come. Goes to the job, and it was not his cup of cake. But Reiki gave you your job. But it's not what you want. But you wanted the job. But no, this is, I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that, but Reiki gave you a job. That's what you wanted. No, but I don't want this job. But then why did you take it? I had no other option. Then Reiki has worked. You cannot blame Reiki for it. Now, like I said, Reiki is very intelligent. This person always avoided going to the bank, going to any authoritative institutes. And the job he got pushed him into all those things. Reiki is an intelligent energy. He was supposed to learn this, that there is nothing to fear. He was supposed to pay his karmic debts. That is how you learn. That is how you grow in this world. You pay your karmic debt, you'll be okay. Now, the same thing goes for diseases and illnesses. Yes, some people get completely healed and completely cured with Reiki sessions. They have cancer, they do Reiki, they're okay. They have arthritis, they do Reiki, they're okay. After 30 sessions, after 50 sessions, after 90 sessions, they're okay. Why? Why after 90 sessions or after 50 sessions somebody is okay? What is the reason? They do their orthodox medications, yes, no problem. But some people don't get well, some people get well. What is the reason? It's the karmic debt. Now, obviously somebody is going to come and tell me, yes, throw it into the karmic debt bucket and justify yourself. But there is a deeper explanation for this. The deeper explanation is karma is like a battery. Okay? Imagine a battery, a hollow battery. You have this much of karma and you reduce it to 0. Okay? And then you do something bad and it starts charging back up. You do something good, it starts going down. You do something bad, it starts going up. Why? You are actively taking part in this world by being born in this world. So you have to have a karmic debt calculator. Just like how you have a bank. You have a bank, you save your money, you put it. If you use it, you use it. You need to earn more money. This is how karma works. The only way karma will stop working is when you are out of this whole scenario. According to me, at least, this is how I believe karma works. Now, I'll have another video obviously for karma and all this, but just introductory lesson for what Reiki is and how it works, how it benefits. It's fundamental to know these things because a lot of people come with high expectations thinking this is a magic pill, and when you tell them, boss, this is something like this, and they're like, oh man, I don't want to believe in this crap anymore and I can't believe in Reiki. But it's so deep that even for the healer to just begin healing somebody, it can take a toll on the healer. It's been said that whoever does Reiki is never affected by healing anybody, but I believe otherwise. Yes, you're not affected, but it is karma, end of the day. And a lot of higher up sages have said even before that it is important to know who you are healing, why you are healing, what is the purpose of you to heal that person. Now in the olden days, exchange of energies and money was on a different case. Now in this Kali Yuga, we have a lot of Rajasic and Tamasic qualities in our lives. We don't have Sattvic living, and because of that we tend to increase our karmas and get affected by things like this. And that is why some healers stop healing after some time, or they never go beyond level 1 or level 2 of Reiki because they get a lot of problems. Because they start healing at an early stage, they start healing others and they start charging money for it, and it all backfires. they get sick or they get blocked in other ways. The money doesn't come in. um, Family members argue with them, fight with them, or die, or a lot of things happens. And I believe personally, always, if you are a healer, a Reiki healer, please take things slow, don't rush, and learn it. Learn Reiki. It's very important for you to learn it, because if you don't learn Reiki, if you don't become Reiki, you are going to mess not only your life, but the person coming to you for a healing. So it's very important for you to learn Reiki, to become it, to understand it. For me, I don't even need to call Reiki. The moment I press my hands like this, Reiki begins, because I have become it. I can't live without it. So it's important for somebody who is practicing Reiki to bring it to that level where you know that you have respected the energy first, before respecting yourself, before respecting your patients, before respecting um, anybody else. You first respect the energy, and then the energy will respect you. That is the reality of Reiki. Okay. Yes, there are other modalities apart from Reiki that do healing, um, and they all have their ups. All of them have their pros and cons, and I believe that everybody has seen dark days, and whatever has worked for you best is your light. So Reiki can help in coping up life, depression, sorrow, grief, nervousness, anxiety, all these things. Reiki helps a lot, and I believe that if you can um, have an open mind to understand these concepts, because now the world is changing, it's transforming into a different zone, and people have started to believe in energy healing. Some scientific institutions have also begun accepting these modalities, and it's a good thing, because we all need it. Okay. Also, I believe that there is no harm in trying something which has no negative effects. Only if you want something negative, obviously you are going to get a negative result. So you have to be somebody who wants something very positive for everybody, you see. Also, Reiki being a spiritual art, there are some people who come to say, test the Reiki practitioner, that a person comes and says, I have a problem with my left kidney. So the healer says, yes, no problem, I'll heal. Healer not knowing that this person has come for something else. Now imagine this person was a reporter. They wanted a reporting job, but they were not finding this reporting job. And they come to this Reiki practitioner saying that I have a kidney problem, send me healing. And the guy sends healing. Before leaving, the guy says to the healer, my kidney was removed, only one was working anyway. And now the healer has been put in a box, saying that now this guy is going to tarnish my name. I don't know what has happened. You can take an example of a gut or a liver. Maybe gut was removed. If not a liver, gut was removed. Because if the person doesn't have a gut, they're still fine, So this instead of kidneys or livers, let's take gut for a simple example. This guy comes as not as a reporter, undercover. I have a gut problem, and I would like to be sent Reiki healing for the gut, so the gut can function well. Now, because Reiki has been marketed in such a way, unfortunately, I really say unfortunately, that it's become like this. But there are other masters who will not do such healings. Like me personally, I don't, right? So this guy comes and says that my gut is having a problem, and he has no gut, but the healer does not know this. The healer is not a psychic. He cannot see that the gut was removed. So he's going to say, yeah, I'm going to send. And for the healer, the energy is flowing through. That guy is also feeling the heat in his palms, he's feeling everything, but the person has no gut. Where is the energy going? Now, after 1 week of this scenario, this person gets a job for reporting as a reporter. Without him, he's not yet exposed this guy for the healing. He's not yet exposed him, but he gets an offer letter from wherever he had tried to get his job, and he got this job. Now, Reiki has worked in a dynamic way, even for a person who was a skeptic, who didn't want anything good for the healer, but it has worked for him in a very high resolution, in a very different manner, and it has worked for him to get a job. Because he was meant to be a good reporter, unfortunately he used other means which were not good for the society, but he got his job. So Reiki works in such ways as well. It can create positivity for you, even if you are a negative person. And if you're a positive person, it can create positivity for you. And if you want something negative, it is not going to come. For example, another small example before I cut the video short. Somebody wanted to buy a lot of gold, okay, a gold earring, gold necklace. So she went and did Reiki, that, oh Reiki, please help me get gold for gold chain and gold earrings for the next function that we are going to have. So they did Reiki, and she did almost 6-7 sessions for the gold. She didn't get the gold, and she never got the chance to go to that function as well. Yes, because other work came, more important work came, and they had to cancel their trip. So they had to cancel their trip, not to go for the function, not to get the gold, and they had to go and help somebody else. Reiki works in those dynamic ways. Yes, Reiki helps in your stress, helps in your anxiety, helps in your nervousness, helps you cope up with chronic illnesses. Some people have got fully recovered healings. Some people have got they've got their life back. It's very true. These are all miracles of Reiki, and it's always best to do something or try something with an open heart, and experience it with love and kindness and compassionate energies. I hope this video has helped for others to learn about Reiki. If you have any questions, you can comment on, and whenever I get a chance, I'll reply to them. And for more information, it's all in the link. You can get hold of me from the links. Thank you very much.